In the land of the shadows, he was pulled back in each direction at the same time, and the lights they had cast upon the purple-red sky, there amongst the clouds of PG's UFO's flied, sprayed unknown agent in the air, caused brain cells to die, an Alzheimer's disease. Ain't that fair? There was a detective who wanted to blow the whistle on this. In what kind of a sacred laboratory were they cooking it? These workers, they were like marionettes, their strings pulled and made to do the bidding of the masters, the elites. Behind bulletproof windows and walls they conjured up evil plans. Now the detective though had gathered enough evidence, and then his phone rang, that a new technology had been invented that could make the poisonous air seen by the eye. Maybe on the churchyard or the sky, the law-abiding they didn't have a clue what was being done to their mind, and out of sight from the praying eyes, the ABCs of life were taught to the next generation of human life. The frequencies they beamed, amongst those signals many filthy things were streamed, but the industry that gathered benefited the most, had just now migrated to host, and they were waiting to get back on the field, weapons in hand, sword and shield. This was not against the law, so people had to resort to eating human meat that was raw. All of civilization was crumbling on its own insanity. It was an age of transformative growth, but like a cancer it reached all the way to the bone. Then we who were amongst the good started shooting the other planes in the air, that were spreading that poison even in our food. Planes were crashing to the ground and people's natural abilities of mind started to surface. That's how. They indeed want to tone you down, keep your abilities low, third eye closed so you won't start a revolution. So you will obey, that's the hidden hand here at play. And what they say for the real reason behind things. There's always another factor, they want you to know this. In the sky, on that bridge, connecting two worlds to each other, there were the bridge. Not so great anymore, under a bridge. They had to keep their score, fighting against impossible odds. Who were these people calling the shots? They would never dirty their hands, and in the church they prayed not to God, but to Lucifer. Then the gates were opened, and all those who survived were welcomed in. The worst damage was done to their skin, like Ancient Origins or the Holocaust. The survivors had used the puncture force. Not as a weapon though, but something to crunch amongst the stones, because now their nails numbered heavy, and if you wanted to hit the target you had to keep your hand steady. There they gathered, but nothing did they learn, and their life, in all its blind faith, was like a western movie, where all the main characters roller skate. But that's the wrong choice for this desert and the sand. Now you can ask, who was that cameraman, and who wrote the screenplay with his hands? Maybe we could make this guy our head of staff.